Hello and welcome back to the Lynn Lowdown. I'm Danny Vittori, and today we're here to talk about Lynn Main Streets with one of their contractors from Duperval. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Great. So would you mind just introducing yourself a little and talk a little about how you became a contractor for Lynn Main Streets?
Of course. So my name is Duperval. I'm the founder of Duperval, contracted by Lynn Main Streets this year. And I used to be a board member since 2021. And just based off my experience working with other nonprofits and what I do with my company, they wanted to look for someone who can help with their programs as well as actually provide small business technical assistance. And so I applied, and luckily I got the contract, so it's been fun.
Yeah, that does sound great. And of course, the big question, what do you do?
Right. So Duperval is a digital marketing agency for restaurants. But we have a sister company called Duperval Productions, which is our video production company. But that allows me to provide those services to Lynn businesses for free.
Great.
And so part of what I do with Lynn Main Streets is just sit down with a few businesses, restaurants, barbershops, beauty salons, and just talk about some of their marketing plans, and then just create strategies with them, as well as any connections or resources that they may be missing that can help with their marketing and getting more online presence.
Oh, that's really cool. And how long does the contract go for? Is it a yearly contract? Or?
Yeah. So it's from January all the way up into December. So 1 year contract for this year. And hopefully we can get the funding to continue this work for more years.
So you're about halfway through it right now. What do you hope not only that you get out of it, but the organization gets out of it as well?
So what I really want to get out of it is to make sure that the Lynn businesses have a stronger online presence. You know, there's a lot going on within the city in terms of just development with properties, a lot of new people coming in to not only live, but also just be a consumer or a pedestrian to also tour the city. And so one of the things we have to make sure is that these businesses have a strong online presence to match everything that's going on in the city. And so that's my biggest goal this year with the businesses.
And Lynn Main Streets, they focus on the downtown area. Why would you say it's so important to really promote that area and make sure it is getting the recognition it deserves?
Yeah, we have a beautiful downtown area. When you look at Union Street, you can see similarities of it in other cities like New York or even Boston, just the way it's set up and organized. And you know, it has a lot of history throughout Lynn. That's always been like a very busy place for Lynn. But lately it's been having like a bad stigma. So I think it's super important to over-highlight actually the positive experiences one can have on Union Street. So that way outsiders can have a better view of it and then support all the diverse businesses in Union Street, because I believe Union Street is probably one of the most diverse corridors in all of America. You know, I don't feel like there's too many cities that have that many diverse business owners and residents living there.
Oh, definitely. You walk down the street and you get people from everywhere, all walks of life, all countries. I mean, it's pretty cool when you get to do it.
Right.
And you yourself are a Lynner, you're from here.
Yeah.
So how do you feel like you've seen the city evolve, especially since you've started this role?
Yeah, it feels like it's full circle.
Yeah.
Because obviously I left to go to college. I went to Salem State, still lived here, but I was always there in Salem State. Then my work at another nonprofit was in Salem as well, and I was helping the Salem neighborhood. And so like for it to come back full circle to do what I was doing in Salem, but now in Lynn, and I'm walking by the same businesses that I used to walk from school from, it's like, it feels good. It feels good.
And another thing you mentioned, there were a few upcoming things. There was video giveaway, pizza crawl. There were a few upcoming events. Do you want to talk about this?
For sure. So right now we have a special project going on in partnership with Francois Visuals, where we are going to be giving one free video to 5 small businesses. They have to have a brick and mortar location, and that's it. All they have to do is go on the Instagram post, comment what their business is, reshare it to their story, and make sure they like Lynn Main Streets page as well as Francois Visuals page. And from there, they'll be entered in a raffle type contest where we'll pick out 5 select winners and they'll get a free visual from Francois Visuals.
Wow. Can't argue with that. That seems like a pretty quick, easy way to, why not try it, right? You might get picked.
Right, you know, and he has great videos, so another way to, like I said, promote the small businesses and help them with that.
Mm-hmm. And you mentioned you were a board member yourself. Another thing you mentioned was Main Streets, they are actually looking for board members, volunteers, yes. So how would the greater community get involved?
Yeah, so, and kind of going back to the pizza crawl, the pizza crawl is going to be something where we're going to have like a pizza contest to have the community decide who has the best pizza in Lynn. And so to just even spreading that news around, we're going to need people to be brand ambassadors per se, to spread that type of information, to get more engagement. But we also need volunteers to help with Spring Has Sprung, or summertime now. So Summer Has Sprung, where we've been planting flowers and floral decorations in several parts of Lynn. We just went to Lynn Commons and replanted a lot of the florals around different statues and things like that. So volunteers like that is very helpful, and volunteers also for the board, because we want more people from Lynn who've been around Lynn with different perspectives to give us some insight on how we can better help the businesses in the downtown area.
And I'm just curious, how long were you a board member for?
Since 2021.
Okay, all right, so you were just a little bit later. I guess, I mean, I've asked a bit about it already, but in this year contract, like at the end of it, when you get to December, what do you really hope you've accomplished? What do you want to walk away with it from?
Again, just having these businesses with a stronger online presence. So some of the things that I've been working on with my team is creating these audit reports. And these audit reports actually audit their Instagram, their Facebook, their Google business profile, and then we provide recommendations that they can actually implement, because unfortunately I can't do the implementation or strategize in depth with every business.
Of course, yeah.
We're trying to work with 50 by the end of the year.
Wow.
So the most I can do is at least have my team audit all of their online presence, provide recommendations that's tailored to their business, and then sit down with them 1 to 4 hours and just talk about those recommendations and a little bit of a walkthrough on how to implement those changes as well.
Yeah, and you said you want to get to 50. Do you know how many you've worked with to date?
Yeah, so far we've talked with I think it's 26 now. In terms of like working in depth one-on-one, and like they're able to give me a lot of information so that I can spit back. And it's probably been around 15 or so. So a little bit under the 26 that we've been talking with. But some of the other work that we do too, we also have a promotion, a partnership going on with What Did You Eat Today, Sir? Another Lynn resident, and he's a food blogger on Instagram. And so he has about 30,000 followers, and so we've contracted him this year to produce a promotion for restaurants every month. And he's been able to bring so much sales to these restaurants. And we also have another collaboration with Official Lynn Eats on Facebook, where they're also doing a contest for a restaurant each month to also help with promotion for these restaurants. So that's also included in the 26. So some are getting technical assistance while others are getting straight promotion, so that customers can already start learning and go there immediately.
Right, and you were even mentioning it too, the collaboration piece is huge. Right. Working with as many different organizations, as many different people as possible to get the message out. Yeah,
the issue with nonprofits is like, you know, we want to do so much, but when you're starting, you know, Lynn Main Streets started back in 2019, and so it's by a few volunteers in Lynn, and they had to get funding from CBDG and things like that. So it's very scarce how much resources we have internally. So working with these other Lynn businesses like myself, like What Did You Eat Today, Sir, Official Lynn Eats, these are all Lynn businesses, and it allows us to execute and do more because I already have a system process as a team. What Did You Eat Today already has a process. And so we're just outsourcing that, and then it allows us to do more.
Allows you to access more of the community for sure.
Right, right.
And I said, It all sounds like very, very cool what you've been doing, the access you're giving to these businesses. And I do have to wrap up in a moment, but was there anything else I hadn't mentioned that you wanted to talk about?
We talked about the pizza crawl. We talked about the video.
Which I want to do. I want to do the pizza crawl.
Right. You know, it's going to be very competitive for the pizza shops. I guess that's pretty much it. Besides checking out our website, checking out our socials, staying in touch, and you know, if anybody has any feedback or questions or anything they want to comment about businesses in Lynn or what they think about it, definitely just give us an email. We're welcome to that.
Awesome. Well, thank you again for coming on today to really talk about that, spread that message, and that awareness.
Thank you, Danny.
Of course, thank you anytime. And you heard it here first. I'm Danny Vittori. This has been the Lynn Lowdown, and we'll see you next week with more guests.